You're watching a special edition of Left, Right and Centre on NDTV. Our focus on the Congress Party's plenary, a gathering which was meant to focus attention on the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, which are coming up and which are around the corner. Now, this was the big focus at the plenary today. This is a gathering of 2,500 Congress members from across the country. It's held every 4 years. Now, the reason to focus attention is because it's the first such event addressed by Rahul Gandhi as president, and it's where he's meant to outline how he plans to revive the party, which is sliding into political decline, down to par in just 3 states. Now, if one was looking for big ideas or grand vision in his remarks, then that was missing, as he struck to a familiar theme of the Congress as the only alternative to the BJP's politics of hate. Let's listen to Rahul Gandhi's comments.
आज देश में गुस्सा फैलाया जा रहा है, देश को बांटा जा रहा है, हिंदुस्तान के एक व्यक्ति को दूसरे व्यक्ति से लड़ाया जा रहा है। हमारा काम जोड़ने का काम है। ये जो हाथ का निशान है, यही एक निशान है जो हिंदुस्तान को जोड़ने का काम कर सकता है। यही एक निशान है जो इस देश को आगे ले जा सकता है। और इस चिन्ह के, इस निशान के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स, इस निशान की जो शक्ति है वो आपके अंदर है।
Now, in all fairness, these were introductory remarks. The big Rahul Gandhi vision speech, we are told, is scheduled for tomorrow, for the closing day. In her speech, Sonia Gandhi linked the decline of the Congress to what she called the BJP's use of underhand methods to destroy the party.
पिछले 4 साल में कांग्रेस को तबाह करने के लिए अहंकारी और सत्ता के नशे मस्त सरकार ने कोई कसर बाकी नहीं रखी। साम दाम दान भेद का खुला खेल चल रहा है, लेकिन सत्ता के अहंकार के आगे कांग्रेस न तो कभी झुकी है और न कभी झुकेगी। सबका साथ, सबका विकास, मैं न खाऊंगा न खाने दूंगा जैसे उनके वादे सिर्फ और सिर्फ ड्रामेबाजी और वोट हथियाने के साथ।
So, in that sense, the only real headlines seem to come out of the party's political resolution. And interestingly enough, for a party that's meant to craft a political future, the resolution seemed to be taking a step backwards. In the resolution, the Congress asked for going back to a paper ballot system and to abandoning the practice of electronic voting machines. All right, tonight, joining us to debate whether this is really setting the agenda for 2019 or is the Congress still struggling to find its voice. We have with us Shashi Tharoor, the Lok Sabha MP from Thiruvananthapuram, who, as he always likes to clarify, is not here as the official Congress spokesperson. Also joining us is Rashid Kidwai, Associate Editor, The Telegraph, someone who's closely observed the Congress. Neerja Chaudhary, Senior Journalist. Vaibhav Kumar, Editor, Dalit News Network, is also with us. Juhi Singh, Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, will also be joining us, as will Sandeep Singh, author and founder of Swastik, associated with the RSS. Shashi Tharoor, let me ask you that it does say something about today's session that if one were to really look for a big headline coming out of today as a journalist, all that we could find was the fact that you want to abandon EVMs and go back to a paper ballot. Or are we missing something?
Well, I think you're missing a few things. First of all, as you have admitted yourself, Vasu, the Rahul Gandhi speech was by way of an introductory speech. And the big vision, the strong messages will come at the conclusion of the conference. But what you do have today, first of all, Sonia Gandhi's speech, which was the speech of an outgoing president, but one which laid out very clearly her disdain for the approaches applied by the BJP in trying to suppress alternative voices in this country, notably ours.
Yes.
Secondly, you have the rather strong performance by Shri Kharge, the leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, in which, of course, he laid out a much broader range of issues, covering the entire gamut of political themes. And I would say some of us who spoke also had a forward-looking and fairly strong perspective on many aspects of our current polity.
Okay,
I would argue that you're being a bit unfair in just cherry-picking one thing.
Okay, but seriously, does the party actually stand by this idea? Do you support this idea that you want to give up on EVMs?
Well, look, once the resolution is adopted, it becomes party policy. But I think where we are converging is on the idea that you should have paper, if necessary, in addition to EVMs, the so-called voter-verified paper trail formula, where you actually have a paper ballot you can count in the event that there is any dispute about the EVMs. The problem, unfortunately, Vasu, and you know, I was a big devotee of EVMs myself.
Yes.
The Congress Party is proud to have been in power when EVMs were first brought into this country's election system.
Yeah.
But the problem has been the number of stories of things going wrong. You've known about the cases in which it has been objectively verified
that's true.
that you press any button and a BJP vote comes out. You've known of other cases in which people have demonstrated how they can hack these machines. So we felt that given the doubts that have arisen in recent years, we do need something to double check.
But Shashi, you're not talking about what are called VVPAT, or which is the paper trail system. The resolution actually says to ensure the credibility of the electoral process, the Election Commission should revert to the old practice of paper ballot, as most major democracies have done. So this is effectively calling for a scrapping of EVMs. Isn't this taking a giant step backwards?
Right. Well, as we were just joking about the question of whether I'm a spokesman or not, I'm sure you'll get a spokesman who will explain the thinking. My understanding is that there have been too many questions raised about the performance of the EVMs for the party to be entirely satisfied with the resort to EVMs alone. And I do believe that as long as there is paper balloting as well, that is that the VVPAT system is tried, I think the party will be able to live with that. It is the absence of anything but an electronic number that raises concerns.
Okay. All right. Your position is somewhat more nuanced than what the resolution states. But as you said, we are not holding you to the position of an official Congress spokesperson. But on the wider question, Shashi, of the narrative of the Congress and whether it has managed to craft something at all or is still floundering to find its voice, let me come back to an anxiety which now the party is voicing again and again. And this is to do with the whole, so to put it, the Hindu question or the secular question. Now, the resolution once again gets into this distinction between Hinduism and Hindutva. But is this again speaking to an anxiety that the Congress is continuously articulating, that it doesn't want to be labeled as a Muslim party or as a pro-Muslim party? As Sonia Gandhi recently said at a public event, that she said the BJP has successfully managed to portray us as a Muslim party, a party of Muslims, almost as an apology for why the party is doing badly.
No, I mean, I think that there are two aspects to this. First, we don't walk away from any Indian. We are a party of all Indians, whatever your faith or lack thereof, whatever your caste or lack thereof. For us, we represent you all, and that includes our Muslim brothers and sisters. But secondly, we have tried to make the point that when we speak, I spoke today on this very theme as well in my speech.
Yes.
I said that essentially we need to neutralize the BJP's Hindutva argument. It is not that we are practicing soft Hindutva. Those of us who are Hindus practice Hinduism, which is not Hindutva. Hindutva is a political ideology which has been hammered into a hook that's hung on the wall of religion, but it's not truly religious.
Okay.
A true Hindu accepts and respects people of other faiths.
Right.
So my point is, we want to neutralize this argument of the BJP's in order to take the debate to where it really matters, which is on absolutely issues like development, employment, farmers' distress and so on, which they are trying to elide by focusing on going to temples. We are all going to temples, and let's get that out of the way and talk about your failures.
Okay, but why the discomfiture with being portrayed as a party of Muslims or for Muslims?
Look, in our country, 80% of our population happens to be Hindu. We don't believe they're a monolithic vote. We believe Hindus vote in myriad ways, in very many ways, at different points of view. But the whispering campaign against the Congress party, that this is a party of minorities, it doesn't look after Hindu interests, has managed to infect some percentage of the electorate. I wouldn't say that everyone who voted for Mr. Modi voted because of that argument, but certainly some have been seduced by it. So we want to neutralize the effect of that. We want to get the debate onto what really a government is responsible for. The government is not responsible for mandirs. The government is responsible for development, for employment, for looking after the economic growth of our country. Here the BJP government has failed dismally, and we want to talk about that. But we can't talk about that if they are getting a free run on the Hindu argument. So we're saying, let's stop ceding the space to them. Let's get this out of the way by saying, look, you go to temples, we also go to temples. Now let's talk business.
Okay, all right.